Good morning and welcome back to the channel. It is March the 2nd, 2025, and we're heading to the Tucson Toy Show to peddle our comic book wares. We are invited by Presidio Comics to come and represent our brand, represent their brand, and sign copies of our books. And who you may ask, it's myself and my friend Caleb. I am the owner of Silly Monkey Comics, and we've been producing indie comics for quite a while. And Caleb is my longest working partner that I've worked with. And we're getting the old band back together, as it were. We're starting production on issue 7 of our comic book, Brief History in Time. So it's going to be a fun day. It's not just going to be comic books, though. I'm going to walk around the show and show you all the cool stuff that they have to offer here at the toy show. But right now, we got to drive across town to get there, and it opens in 13 minutes, and we're about half an hour away because I'm a poor planner this morning. Let's go and experience the Tucson Toy Show together. All right, just got here and the parking lot is already full and just opened for the early birds like 2 minutes ago. So hopefully we're gonna have a really good turnout today. You know, it's funny, I actually just got a text saying they need me there as soon as possible as they want to take a picture of all the celebrities. In what world am I considered a celebrity? It's not the world I live in, but hey, they want me to take a picture? I'll take a picture. Self-serving to one's own ego. It's always nice to see your name up. Nothing like getting set up than getting the notification that you left your trunk open. So I got to take care of that. But look how big the show is this year. This is incredible. We're still waiting on Caleb. Right now it's still the early bird special, so it's not the actual show. But it's already packed in there, so I can't wait to see what the actual show looks like. Actually, maybe it's a good thing that I had to come back out to the car. I just realized I didn't bring any cables with me. I have battery packs, but not cables for them. So let's grab those while we're out here. Ooh, and there is the 8 a.m. folks right there waiting. But let's walk in and do a quick little tour. So we got this section over here. Some of the celebrity guests are off in the corner. Again, like toys and comics as far as the eye can see. It's although not a Comic-Con, it's a toy show, but it is definitely everything pop culture. And a decently sized show. First time I came to this type of one, it was just, maybe 30, 40 tables. And now it spreads probably 1,000 people in here already for the early birds. And probably another couple thousand waiting to get in. And over here is where we're set up at, here at Presidio Comics. You got Shelby Robertson, you got Eric, the man of the hour. We're here to rock and or roll and sell things. Well, hopefully sell things. If we don't, I blame Shelby. Like I said in the past, I'm not a big toy person, but I'm a huge comic book guy. So we're going to walk around real quick to see what comics they have before I sit at the table for the next few hours. And historically, there's like 3 or 4 major comic booths. Well, that's kind of cool. NES games and old DVDs and magazines. That's awesome. Here we go. This one I've visited before. This is Jay's Junk. I found some cool stuff here before, but nothing I've really purchased in the past. Well, that was the quickest of first-time walkthroughs, but I just want to see kind of what was out here. So now we're going to head back to the table and try to peddle our wares. And this is what we do at shows. We flip through art while we eat burritos. And just wait for the people. Still waiting. Hey, Caleb's here. Let's go pick him up. Hey, look who's here. It's Caleb. Or as the kids call him, Khalib. Mr. Caleb. I just put it away. It's been a minute. I'm rusty.
Same here.
And there it is. The first book of the show is out. And Caleb's here. He was the good luck charm we've been waiting for. And tell you what, guys. How about a stick or two for the troubles? First sell the shows and the books. Now put in my man's satchel.
We know I've had this thing since like high school.
Yeah, but at least yours is like an actual bag. Mine's...
So our cat recently just peed all over it.
Yeah.
And then I finally had to wash it. And now everything just fell apart. It was being held together by sweat, tears. And...
So I remember this guy wearing this in high school, which is even crazier. We've known each other a lot. Since kindergarten, we've known each other.
It's a Hardy bag. It's from Old Navy. It's probably the only thing I've ever bought from Old Navy.
Well, with one thing sold so far, I think I've earned a well-deserved break to go walk around and look at some more stuff here at the show. You know me, I'm here to look for comic stuff. So let's go check out some comic stuff. Here we go, some good looking stuff here. Let's check it out. Okay, nothing there really piqued my interest, but over here is the celebrity signing area, which I feel bad. I got told when I got here that I missed a celebrity photo to be part of it, but as I reminded them, I am far from being a celebrity of any capacity. Like when I say that, I'm not trying to be humble, like my own family doesn't even know I do this, let alone the public. But seriously, if you're trying to recapture your childhood, find nostalgia, or that rare toy you've been wanting to get forever, or even a toy you didn't even know existed, a show like this is the place to check out. Hey, there's our buddy Will from our galaxy. And another one of my fellow Tucsonan creators. Adam, say hi to the people. You go out and check out his stuff. I'll put the links down below. It is absolutely worth your time and efforts. You can see him at most Arizona shows. Definitely no shortage of Funko Pops at these shows. I legitimately remember when Funkos were a hard thing to find, and now they're like everywhere. Ah well, that's the way that the collectible shows go. Go say hi to a couple more people I know and maybe check out some stuff I missed. And actually, I think there's more of the invited guests like myself over here signing as well. I just haven't really made it to this side just yet. I actually just saw something I might be interested in, and it's not comic book related, it's actually Disney related. They have one of the 1958 park maps there, and that's something I've actually been looking for a long time. I don't know, we'll see. And there it is there. It's actually at the booth for the guy that worked as a director and animator for The Simpsons, King of the Hill, Disney, and a bunch of other things. And I couldn't see what he was asking for, but I did see one of the other park maps. It looked like from the 60s. He was asking $250 for. I don't know. We'll see. I definitely would love that, but I don't know if that's a must.
Pull your legs up and flip in.
What did I just walk into?
Yeah, we're talking about gravity boots.
Not a lot of comic book stuff going on at the show. Actually, here at Eric's booth, they actually probably have the most comic book stuff going on.
Everything's 20% off, and I'm probably going to even kick that up even more.
Too bad you guys aren't here, but if you stop by their shop here in Tucson, Arizona, and Tucson Mall, they always have deals and sales going on there too. Hey, look, it's my sign, and there's Caleb again. And that's the Dr. Mean comic book lady. If you don't believe me, go look at their reviews. So actually good news, my buddy Mike just let me know that there is a heavy hitter over here for comic book collectibles. So I'm gonna go check out their booth real quick. Some more magazine collectible stuff. But over here is what I'm looking at. This is Mike Malvey. He's from up in Phoenix area, and they always come with their heavy hitter stuff. Hey everybody, like I said, I'm at the Tucson Toy Show, which is great so far, lots of toy options, but you know me, I'm a comic book guy and collector, and when you think comic books, you think Mike here. He's one of the owners of the Old Man Con up in Phoenix that I've shown you guys several times. Well, Scottsdale.
Let's call it the Scottsdale Comic Book Show.
There you go.
We all the guys on the know like to call it the Old Man Con.
That's how I was introduced to it by Bill over there.
The Scottsdale Comic Book Show.
And as you saw that video I did before, that's where I got to go see Kevin Eastman, and this time around they have Jim Starlin, which I'm super excited about. I'm bummed I might not be able to go, but I can't believe he's going to be there, which is a huge get for a show like that. And I just want to say thank you to you guys too, because it's one of the few true comic book centric shows out there. And for someone like me that's a collector and a high-end collector, it's great not to have to, sorry, no offense to here, but mowing my way through the toys and other things to get to my comic books.
And it's fun to have, all these shows are great.
Yeah.
But it's fun to have a show that's so unique that's just strictly comic books.
100%.
And then again, it's like I grew up, going to those type of shows in the 70s that were basically like in a hotel, and it was basically just rows and rows of comic books, maybe some art prints.
The biggest names in the business sitting around talking and hanging out.
Yeah, and you literally would sit there and you talk to Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. So I mean, it's like those are the good old days, and I'm trying to bring that back with the Old Man Con Scottsdale Comic Book Show, with bringing out a nice headline guest and old comics, and that's what it's about.
And I love the way you guys had it set up too. It was really seamless and easy. Granted, I waited in line for a while for Kevin. That's because he's so personal and nice. He talks to everybody.
I tell you what, though, just so you know, we're bringing Kevin to another one of our shows coming up next month, and we're going to change that because I know a lot of people were upset waiting in line. We don't want people to wait in line all day. So we're going to do like passes, which like tickets, 25. So we're going to call 1 through 25. We're going to call 25 through 50. That way people can walk around and mingle and hit the show and not be waiting in line for 2 hours.
And I dig it. And you know, if the true fans are willing to do it because you don't get to meet these people too often anymore.
No.
And the way I look at it too, I never have an issue paying with the guys' signatures from back in the day because they worked at a time where they didn't get those residuals or royalties and everything else. So these great characters they created, they never owned or belonged to them, even though we knew it belonged to them.
They were work for hire. So when they created, Thanos, Jim Starlin created Thanos,
and he has nothing to do with it anymore.
And he has nothing really to do with it anymore. Marvel can do whatever they want with it. To be nice, they put his name in the credits, way in the bottom, with the other 10,000
right after
credits.
all the Grips names.
Yeah. But I mean, so it's great to come out, and I really want people to come out here just to talk to Jim and meet Jim. Come on, let's pay some respect to one of the great comic book legends.
And for a long time, I was trying to track down.
Gosh, I'm sorry, Steve Englehart?
Steve Englehart,
Okay.
jeez, I don't know why I was blanking on his name. One of the most prolific writers.
There's so many writers on Defenders, I think, okay, Steve Gerber knows.
All right, guys, well, hey, make sure you check out the show. Mike, thanks for having a talk with me.
Thanks, Tom.
And back to comic booking, y'all. So like normal, his collection is second to none. Probably just the stuff he had lying around. Like to quote our friend Mike over here at Presidio, it's probably the stuff he's had in his closet he brought out, and it's some heavy hitter stuff. They do what's called the Old Man Con. I've been to a couple times. I'll put those videos links down below as well. It's a great show, but I think so far, Presidio probably has the best comic selection I've seen so far at any of the booths here. Like I said, I know you're not at this show if you're watching this, but you can always stop by their shop at Tucson Mall to check it out. Hell, Lord Zed. And another happy customer out, getting his brief history and time books. That's why I say thanks for picking him up. And like I said, if you're not here at the show, you can check sillymonkey.com and get him there as well. But he's going to read them and hopefully like them. And if not, well, Caleb drew them. A cool thing about shows like this, it's not about the books you sell. It's people bringing in the books that they bought from you in the past to sign. Makes you feel like you're somebody, when in reality, you're nobody. But hey, let's pretend. And this is what I love. You know it's a real comic book collector? When they use painter's tape. Don't use Scotch tape. You could damage the book if it gets stuck on there. Of course, I'm a hypocrite. I use Scotch tape still sometimes, but painter's tape is the way to go, people. And I do love the fact that his painter's tape is in perfect squares. He took the time to cut them right.
I want to give her like...
And there they are, all 5 signed, and waiting for him to come back. Does it ever feel weird at all when people ask you to sign books?
I do, because I usually sign the cover when I do them anyway. So
This is true.
Just kind of signing over my name.
It always makes me laugh, though. It's like, hey, can you sign this thing? Why? Oh, yeah, we made that.
Like, why would you want my signature? I don't want to put my name on that.
But I'm going to turn the camera off now because someone's here who's embarrassed about us talking about their boyfriend, so... Sorry, I'm just teasing my sort of niece right now. I can't help it. You know, it's funny. We're sitting here talking, and Shelby noticed this. Not something you see too much anymore. All right, little Timmy, don't run with scissors, but pick up your toy gun to play with, apparently. Yeah, comics have changed quite a bit in so society. Eric Shock of Evil Robo?
What's
I know
up?
you. And Bria from Powders and Palettes. Oh my God! All these links are down below. I work with Eric. I work with her a little bit too. I've been on your Christmas list 2 years in a row. All right, starting to wind down now because, well, I'm getting tired and hungry. I've sold a few things, but mostly just looking around now. I'm actually doing a shopping list for a couple friends. Closing time. Show's about done. You don't have to go home, but you don't have to stay here. Definitely a fun show. Packing up right now to head out. Can't wait till the next one. Got to sell some books, got to hang out with people, got to walk around, make some connections. Didn't record a whole lot because, well, I just got into talking to people and, well, trying to peddle our wares. But let's do a wrap up here in just a minute when we go home. And I'm not just saying it, that really was a great show. I love walking around looking at all the stuff. But admittedly, I'm not a toy person, I am a comics person. And there wasn't a whole lot of comic book options there. I mean, there was, but nothing that really appealed to me or nothing that I really wanted per se. I think Eric's tape booth had the most eclectic version of not only comics and toys, but just general pop culture paraphernalia. And then I went over to Mike Malvy's booth that you saw there. He is the owner of what was Atomic Comics and now Strange Adventures. And as you learned, he is all about Scottsdale Comic Show, which is lovingly, affectionately referred to as the Old Man Con. Now, I love that show. I wish I could head back there, but I don't think I'm going to be in town when that show comes up again. Sad face. And I really appreciate him taking the time out to talk to me, which is cool. And I hope you enjoyed what you saw as far as at the show. Now, did I get anything away from that? Well, take anything away, any purchases? I did buy 4 Ninja Turtles books from Mike while I was over there. Part of the original Mirage run, books that I actually needed for my collection. And then I traded some comic book stuff with Shelby Robertson, who was there at my table with me. I got a copy of one of his books, and I gave him some copies of our books. I never got to have a long conversation with him before, and that was really nice and really cool. It was a great overall show, and I really appreciate Eric and Esperanza for inviting us out to their booth and just to hang out and have some fun and enjoy our Sunday. And if you haven't done so, please like and subscribe. You can look at all of our stuff online at sillymonkey.com. I don't have any more of those variants of the Ninja Turtle cover, homage cover that we did for our book, but you can pick up the remaining copies there at Presidio Comics. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. This has been a crazy new adventure. And most of all, I want to thank my buddy Caleb for coming out and hanging out with me. I love his artwork. He's been one of my dearest friends for the longest time, and he's been my co-conspirator for the comic book world. So I can't wait for you guys to see issue 7 of Brief History in Time when we have that done. But until then, until next time, thanks for watching. Let's take another ride again soon, everybody. Bye-bye.